for the welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be following this particular featured group because there are rumours of quite the rivalry starting to bubble between these two players.
And so this week, Henny, they're vying to beat Tony Finau. This should inspire some brilliant play.
Tony Finau will not be letting up this week, Luke. But he's such a nice guy, you almost don't want to beat him. I mean, it's tough, but you must. I don't think you're going to outdrive him, that's for sure. But iron play, well, maybe you can get him there. You have to putt well, though.
Tony Finau might be a big cuddly teddy bear, but when it comes to playing on a golf course, he's going to try and strangle you to death. Good luck trying to beat Tony Finau. There is literally no weakness in this man's game. Now he knows how to win.
Just hammered that through the line.
3 feet to go here to the hole. So it'll be a par to start their round.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole play.
The second hole at TPC Scottsdale is a mid-range par 4, playing 442 yards from the tips. The bunkers on the right side need to be avoided, which leaves a good mid to short iron approach to a green that is bunkered front, left and right. So a good accurate approach required. That should finally cut stuff.
And he's down there.
Setting up here from about 155.
Going with the 8 iron here. And not a bad approach. He'll be putting. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
Just didn't drop.
An opportunity to make their par. You finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
And with that, he'll stay right there at even par. The third here at Scottsdale plays over 550 yards from the tips. It's a strong par 5, which requires 2 big shots to get to the green. The first shot needs to avoid that bunker on the left-hand side to give you a chance to go for the green. If you're laying up, it's laying it back to a number between those 2 bunkers that sit on the left side of this fairway, around 150 or 100 yards out. Rich, I know it feels like we say this each week, but I just love being here in Phoenix. If there is one event on the tour that just seems to elevate itself beyond all the others because of all the people that come here to enjoy it, it's this one.
It is certainly a different event than all the others. Now, there's other tournaments that are trying to replicate what they do here in Phoenix, but none of them are successful with it. When you have as many as 650,000 people coming through the gates during the week, you know you're in for a different, unique opportunity here on the PGA Tour. And to play in front of all those folks, even though you know most of them aren't really watching you play golf, they're kind of looking around the crowds and being entertained by everybody else. Still, to have all those people just seemingly right on top of you, it gets to be a little nerve-wracking for some of these players.
He's currently tied for 14th. The par 3 4th at TPC Scottsdale. Fairly straightaway hole, but bunkers again, front, left and short right, requires a pretty accurate and solid strike. Going with the 7. Well, this one's going right at the flag. Good shot. shot there.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
That's a poor lie. Will he be able to get out of here?
Yeah, this is not what they wanted.
Oh my, how about that for a par?
Oh, a messy little lie in the bunker, but that is not a problem for this player. Yes, in the hole.
This putt coming up is for birdie. That was a gallant attempt. 5 feet coming up to the cup.
This is what they have left for par here.
Yeah, we'll take that. Currently 1 under for the event. The 5th hole at TPC Scottsdale is a strong par 4, playing 470 yards from the back tees. There's a big bunker down the right-hand side that will catch any drive not hit with authority. The approach must be accurate with the bunker on the left-hand side. Anything just slightly missed here will be punished. Taking aim from about 170 yards. Just 3 strokes back. Opting for the 6 iron.
They're going with a bit more club here. Let's see if it was the right call. Well, usually Tony Finau is the tall order, but after that shot, I think beating it and getting inside it is the new tall order. What an approach.
It's got a chance. Oh, terrific. What an effort. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. And now over to Tony Finau.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
And how did that great shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. He's currently tied for 12. The 6th hole at TPC Scottsdale is a solid mid-range par 4, 432 off the back tees. And again, it's more position off the tee that's required here, with the bunkers on the left-hand side. A bold player is to fly it over that bunker on the left and leave just a short wedge in. Bold players will get off this hole, but a safe strategy lays back before them. Golf became a power game, and there's few players out on tour that have more prodigious power than Tony Finau. If he really wants to go full tilt, Rich, it feels like everyone's playing for second.
He is a dynamic player that has the ability to make birdies in bunches. The ball striking, I think, is always going to be brilliant. Watching him when he was on the Korn Ferry Tour, graduated to the PGA Tour, and just keep watching the steady progression. Each and every week, he just seems to get a little bit better, and the confidence level is over the moon with this kid. And to bundle it all up, Luke, he's one of the nicest guys in the world. You want to root for a Tony Finau. He is such a likable, lovable guy, I believe, that you can't help but root for him. And the wins that he didn't get are just heartbreaking, and we felt the pain alongside with him. I love watching this guy play. I root for him every single week.
Well, that's a shame. That'll drop them down the standings, that's for sure. The 7th here at Scottsdale is a par 3, a straightaway hole, but bunkers left and right of this green ensure that a nice straight shot is required.
The tempo there was exquisite.
That's an absolute ripper. What a shot.
Full of confidence as well with their putter. Gotta like their chances.
A birdie putt awaits. Ooh, nice looking putt.
You know, it's not if you make bogeys, it's how you respond. Well done.
And that will take him to 2 under. Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Some lovely momentum for this player, moving up the leaderboard. The 8th hole at TPC Scottsdale is a very strong par 4, playing over 475 yards from the back tee. There's a couple of pot bunkers down the left-hand side that need to be avoided so you can get to the green in 2. If you're going hard here, there's a tree on the right-hand side that can prevent a good second shot or line to the green. 2 well-struck shots required to get to this green, and even then, your par's not secure.
From around 170 yards here, he's 2 shots back.
That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine.
Made birdie on the last, looking for a second in a row here.
Just taking a look at this one, Rich. Do you think it's makeable?
Luke, I gotta say, I don't like their chances. I have been wrong once before, but I really can't remember when that was.
Hey, nice looking line. Nice line. 4th birdie of the day. I'm going to take that also into the top 5 now. Just one off the lead after that hole. The finishing hole on the front 9 at TPC Scottsdale was a par 4, measuring 453 yards from the back tees. There's plenty of room off the tee to the left, just so you can avoid that bunker on the right. There's a bunker short of the green here that needs to be avoided, a short of the pot bunker. The 2 solid shots here will allow a chance for a birdie. This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker.
Wind is blowing right to left here, and they're going to go ahead and ride the wind back to this pin.
This one needs to kick left.
And he's safely on the green. And this putt to move into a share of first place.
What a disappointment. This is the transition point of the round, making the turn, heading for home. How do you rate this player's performance so far?
So far, it's been entertaining watching these 2 go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out. So far, so good. Love watching these 2 compete.
Good shot there. It's a fairway finder for sure.
Sitting at -3, time for 5th. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Oh, that was pure.
And this putt to move into a tie for first. Extra strain on the person chasing behind them.
And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Penny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
They'll have to channel their inner Severiano Ballesteros here. This needs good hands.
He finds himself in a share of the lead.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
The 11th is a par 4, playing 472 yards, and a huge water hazard down the left-hand side. The best line is a drive as close to that water without taking it on. Anything that leaves about 150 to 170 yards in will give you a chance to set up birdie. Well, Rich, this won't come as a big surprise, will it? Because there's a lot of people talking about this player. They've been performing beautifully all season, and many think they can win this event.
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
Well done. That takes the pressure off the putt. That's a chip to be proud of.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
And now over to Tony Finau.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
The
The 12th for TPC Scottsdale is a par 3 measuring 192 yards off the back tees. Not much to this hole except the bunkers left to be avoided, although water can sneak in on the right up near the green if anything is slightly pushed. Opting for the hybrid, I think. That's a terrific shot and sets up a birdie opportunity here at the 12th. 9 feet to the cup.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp for him.
Gee, that's good play. 6 birdies in a round. And that will take him to 5 under. And that makes him tied for first. The 13th is one of the good scoring holes in the closing 9 at TPC Scottsdale. It's a par 5 measuring 558 yards. Job 1 is to avoid that huge water hazard to the right or the tree on the left-hand side that juts out into the fairway. If you're clear, you'll have a chance to knock it up near towards the green or just laying it back to a comfortable yardage of around 100, 125 yards. A chance for a birdie here to really ignite your charge. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there.
Well, it'd be nice to make this one. This one's for eagle. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hold. 6 feet remaining to the cup.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
That's inside the range.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
Checking the scoreboard now. This player is currently sitting in a tie for the lead with Tiger Woods.
The 14th is a strong par 4, almost measuring 500 yards from the back tees. The bunker that sits in the fairway should be covered. Anything around 190 to 200 yards out will give you a green light to go for this flag, although a 4 here never hurts.
Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game and again to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport, and all of a sudden he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you know, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And you know, everybody else was just kind of sitting there and all going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back on, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
All you can do is hope now, because that was never going down the fairway. And here we are with the 3rd shot.
Just 2 shots behind.
Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. I don't mind the look of this.
That'll affect the scorecard. And that's a couple of bogeys on the bounce, I'm afraid.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently on top of the leaderboard here. Welcome to the jungle, or as they call it here at TPC Scottsdale, the Stadium Hole Par 316. It's just a short club, but you miss the green, and a chorus of boos will ring out. This is a good time to get hot with the tournament on the line. What's in front of him, Henny?
They're just going to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Steady now. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. And a very familiar sight. Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard. This dramatic finish of TPC Scottsdale has no shortage of options at the 17th, Rich.
If you hit the driver but you miss the green, you gotta miss it out to the right-hand side to have any hope of getting it up and down for the birdie. However, you knock it on this green and one, you never know, you could make it 2.
And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Time for the second shot at the 17th. It goes in. Great shot. And that'll promote a good move up the standings. And let's have one more look at that shot.
Oh yeah, look at those hands. What a chip shot.
And after that hole, the standings have this player in second place, just behind Tiger Woods.
Moving up the leaderboard, I like it.
This player getting ready to play their final hole, just a shot off the pace. This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. The approaching the final green at TPC Scottsdale is usually with a little bit of relief, Rich, because the water's behind you.
Luke, the second shot at the 18th is fairly straightforward, but how confident are you feeling with 50,000 sets of eyes focused on you?
Well, that's one job complete, Rich. They've shimmied their way onto the dance floor.
Yes, but can they keep their dancing shoes on, Luke? They need this putt to force the playoff.
Gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it?
And they can only sit back and watch the victor earn his spoils.
A par putt on the table. And that'll wrap things up for him here at this tournament.